One psalm a day. Psalm 6. A prayer for mercy in times of anguish to the chief musician on Neganoth, upon Shamaneth. A psalm of David. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxes old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all the workers of iniquity. For the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. Psalm 6 reveals David at his most fragile, not as a mighty king or fearless warrior, but as a weary soul crying for mercy. His words resonate with those who have ever lain awake in the dark, aching from sorrow too deep for words. In pleading, O Lord, heal me, for my bones are vexed. David expresses both physical and spiritual torment. The Hebrew suggests his entire being, body, and soul is trembling. The psalm begins with a desperate plea, not for justice, but for compassion. David doesn't claim innocence. He simply begs God not to correct him in anger, as a child might cry to a parent who disciplines in harshness. This vulnerability reminds us that God is not just a judge, but a loving Father who hears us in weakness. In verse 3, my soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? We hear the timeless cry of humanity. How long will suffering last? How long will God seem silent? The rhetorical question is not rebellion. It's a call to intimacy, born from trust that God can handle our honest doubts. David's mention of death, for in death there is no remembrance of thee, reflects a fear of separation from God, not annihilation. In ancient Israel, the grave symbolized distance from the presence of worship. David fears a state where he can no longer express gratitude. It's not just survival he seeks, it's restoration to joyful relationship. The imagery of his bed, soaked with tears, is vivid and raw. I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim, paints despair as something that drowns. Sleep offers no escape. Every hour drips with lament. His eyes worn and heavy signal not just grief, but the toll of persistent inner warfare. Then the psalm shifts. A holy defiance rises in verse 8. Depart from me, all the workers of iniquity. David is not yet healed, but hope has stirred. The very act of pouring out his grief has brought clarity. God has heard. It is the turning point of the heart, from despair to faith. The repetition. The Lord hath heard. The Lord hath heard. The Lord hath heard. The Lord will receive builds like a chant of reassurance. Doubt is no longer dominant. God's ear is not deaf. Even if the pain persists, David now believes that divine mercy is active, personal, and present. In the final verse, he entrusts the future of his enemies to divine justice. No longer obsessed with retaliation, he leaves it in God's hands. His concern is no longer vengeance, but healing. Shame and defeat will come to those who oppose him, not by his own strength, but because the Lord is on his side. Psalm 6 is for the sleepless, the sorrowful, the soul-weary. It invites us to come as we are, broken, fearful, even angry, and to trust that we will be received, not for our righteousness, but for his mercy's sake. And, like David, we may rise from our tears, not necessarily with changed circumstances, but with renewed hope.